Hey, it's Josh Hardy with Hardy Brothers Outdoors. Today I'm going to do the installation of this Qualsen blackout film on this window here behind me to reduce the light in this particular room that I'm standing in right now. It's a basement bedroom and I think we can get it much darker than it is right now. We are facing west, so we're getting some, this is mostly ambient light that's coming through pretty good. The process of this is pretty simple. I'm going to show you what tools come with it. I'm going to show you how to measure and cut it, and then I'm going to actually talk about some pro tips, which are the things that I learned that I probably should have done differently. After putting up the first piece of film, I learned, but I didn't necessarily master this, but I do believe it's simple enough that you should be able to put it up and have positive results. We got this room much darker than it was before. Stick around, let's see what's in the packaging, and then let's talk about what other tools you're going to need and show you the process. Okay, so let's see what's in the packaging here. Okay, so we have it out of the packaging. You've got your film. You've got some very detailed instructions, which will take a minute to read those. I've watched a few videos to see how it works. And then let's see here, we got a cleaning cloth, a little straight edge ruler here that's about 6 inches, and then a X-Acto razor knife. So those two things come with it. I've got a tape measure I'm going to use to measure my window, and then I've got some Windex and another spray bottle that I'm going to use to wet it, wet the window when I put it up. And then I'm probably just going to use a credit card to help squeegee out the water from behind, make sure all the air bubbles are out. All right, so now we're going to make this cut. While you could do the cut with this little 6-inch, I've got a nice big drywall square that's going to make this nice and easy. So nice and slow, keep my blade against the guide. They recommend going a little bit big so you can do some final cleanup on the window itself. Okay, so next up is to take the film off the back, and if this is a step that gets skipped, this will actually fall off the window when the backing or when the water dries out from behind it. I had to use the knife here to pick at the edge to get it to come off, but once you get it started, it's going to come off nice and easy. Now the shiny backing is the side that's going to go against the window, and so it gets sprayed liberally with water. And then we're going to spray the window. And now we slide it in and hope that I cut it wide enough. And then we're going to squeeze out all of our bubbles. So it's freezing cold out there today. Hopefully that'll adhere just fine. I got a couple little edges where I could have gone a little wider, so I'm going to cut the next one a little bit wider. So I have to say, I think I was expecting this to be a lot harder, and after doing the first one, realizing that it really wasn't that bad. Learning a little bit in that, but also realizing that I went a little bit narrow on the last one. So hopefully when we trim this one out, we'll have a little bit of extra. Squeegee. Okay, that's what we got. I would say the only light that's coming through is my own fault for not getting it trimmed out to the edge. I actually cut to the actual dimensions, so I think you can get a true complete blackout. But I was able to definitely increase the darkness in this room. Okay, so I think that went pretty well. I wanted to give a couple of quick pro tips that I had for you. The first one is, if you have a longer ruler than this, plan on using it. The second one is you're going to need a tape measure, a spray bottle with water, and some sort of squeegee. I use this little plastic grocery card, and it worked fine. A squeegee would have worked better, but I didn't have one handy. So some paper towels, and that's pretty much all you need. I've got this cutting surface that I used as well. So pro tip number one is, if you've got something longer than this, it's just going to make your cuts a little bit easier. However, pro tip number two, which I shared earlier, it's okay to go wider, and it doesn't have to be perfectly straight because you can cut it once it's on the window. I think I actually went a little too overboard on trying to get my cuts perfect and before I put it up. And so that was, actually left me with a little bit of light around the edges. Still much better than what it was before. And I'll tell you, I think, maybe buy a little bit more than you need, because, I did make a mistake on my first cut. Leave yourself some room for error if you can. But overall, that was super simple. It took me more time to set everything up to shoot this video than it actually took for me to do the installation. And I think the longest part was getting the cut right, because I wanted to make sure that I didn't cut it incorrectly. So make sure your window's clean and dry and dust free, and get that backing nice and wet. Pro tip number three, make sure you get the peel off backing off of there. If you don't, it'll dry and fall off. So overall, happy with the product. I'm going to look at some privacy film because I actually would rather have some light penetrating in the windows that I wanted to use this on. But I'm thrilled to have gotten this product free of charge from Qualsen, and I think it's a good product, and I'm interested in trying some other ones from them as well. So thanks a lot. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.